Hello and welcome to the KB Michelle Green podcast. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you are already subscribed, sharing, liking, and setting your notifications for our next time to talk. Welcome, and we hope that you enjoy. In today's podcast, I would like to talk about people who not even people, but just the mere fact that we as people don't realize what we give off. We as people don't realize what we give off means that when we have situations in relationship with others, many times we do not realize that the person that we show up as is somebody that we don't want to be received as. We show up as a person who possibly is weak, someone who is timid, someone who is shy, someone who is not in control. We show up as a person who may be confused or that just is unknowledgeable. And many times we called this in the past the dumb blonde. No offense to anyone. But in today's society, we have so many different names for it. But regardless to what we have a name for, the truth of the matter is that we keep showing up as somebody that we really are not. We keep showing up for people, and when it comes time for us to actually show up as who we actually are, people don't actually believe us. People don't believe the person that we show up as when we actually are showing up as ourselves, because we have spent years or sometimes months or weeks as people got to know us showing up as somebody else. Showing up as somebody who was afraid, showing up as somebody who was unknowledgeable, uneducated, didn't have common sense even to make decisions that were relevant for us to make in a moment. Making decisions that were important, decisions that really mattered, decisions that really we knew the answer to, but we just didn't reveal the answer with the other person. I would like to talk about today why we are doing that. Like, what is it that happens in a moment when you get around this person or these people, these organizations, these cliques, these gangs, as I call them? What is happening is that we are being supplied. And sometimes we are being supplied by people who are simply bullies, people who feel like that they have to have something to say, but nobody ever asks them their opinion. Sometimes we are taking a step back because we want to move in silence in what's really happening in our lives, so we don't show up as saying a word. But the fact that we don't say a word also allows people to believe that we are showing up as someone who cannot have a voice for ourselves. I just want to say that I've been in surgery, and I've only been out of surgery for 1 week. And my experience in the past week has been really wild. Noticing and realizing that there are so many people who do not understand who you really are because you've shown them that you were somebody else. Realizing that throughout this process that there are so many people who do not respect you, who do not love and honor you, and really have never been on your team, but that we have to make a decision that we're going to be who we actually are, and no matter who it impacts, we cannot stop or change who we are. We cannot be somebody who we are not. We cannot show up as somebody that other people want us to be. We have to show up every single day as the people that we are. And I want you to know today that it's okay to be who you are. This person who you used to show up as, the one who you pretended to be, the one who you didn't really want to allow everyone to see, that's the person that you now need to be, because you cannot be anyone else. Sometimes that's going to mean that you're going to step on some toes. Sometimes it means that you are really going to offend someone. Sometimes it means that everyone will not agree with you. You do not know everything, and neither do they. They don't know everything either. But we're all just sitting here in these relationships where we just want to show up as somebody that we want people to see. We have to show up as the people who we actually are. It doesn't matter the conversation. It could be about politics. It could be about religion. It could be about a marriage. It could be about children. It could be about your education. It could be about your career. It could be about anything. But you still need to show up as your true, authentic self and allow the world to take it or either to reject it. But regardless, to stay true to yourself and be who you are. Do not succumb to the bullies that think that they have to provide to the rest of the world, the rest of the organization, the groups, or as I call them, the gangs. We don't have to succumb to the people who feel like that they can just run over us and say what it is and do what it is that they think is best for us. Because we have a voice of our own. Every single person has their own unique voice, their own eye retina, their own fingerprint. And with that being said, we need to stand up for what it is that we know that we are, what we feel inside, what our thoughts are. We need to stand up for what it is that we believe, even if we are wrong about a thing, about a matter. It's okay, because our voice is really the only one that needs to be voiced in the situations that we have been in our lives. The reason why things are so jacked up is because our voices are not truly being heard. Some of us want to talk so much, and some of us want to overtalk other people so that we can get our points across. Some of us want to say nothing at all because we don't feel like we don't want to engage in the energy of going back and forth with someone. You don't have to choose to do that, but definitely stand up for who you are and what it is that you believe, and then you can remove yourself from the situation. Don't back down. Don't succumb to just being content with being silent, because being silent does say something. It consents to something. It says that you're agreeing to something. So I just want to encourage someone today to just speak up for yourself. Use your own voice. Stop pretending to be something that you are not. Whether or not the people who you're talking to, or the person, the individual, believes who you are or not, be true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Don't turn your back on you. Believe and trust that what you have in your heart, that is real. That is real for you. Even if it's not real for anyone else, it's real for you. Stand on who God has created you to be. You were not created by mistake. You were not created by just an accident. You were not created and allowed to be here living and breathing every single day with your ability to do and to be. You were here, created here for this time and purpose. So stand up for you. Stand up for the things that you believe in. Don't allow others to push you around anymore. Let today be the last day that anyone chooses a life for you. Thank you for listening.